Welcome to Latino Review's first look at Nightmare on Elm Street. 25 years after the release of the original groundbreaking film, cameras are about to roll next month on Platinum Dunes' reboot of Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street. Samuel Bayer, the director of classic music videos such as Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit and Green Day's Boulevard of Broken Dreams, is set to direct the reboot, and casting is underway for what is sure to be another Platinum Dunes box office hit when the film debuts in April of 2010. How do we know this? Our very own screenplay serial killer, El Maimbe, went out on the prowl and managed to score a look at the script. The draft dated January 14, 2009 is a lean and tight 110 pages and was written by Wesley Strick, based on A Nightmare on Elm Street by Wes Craven, and with the current set of revisions by Eric Hessier. Wesley Strick has written such films as the comic horror hit Arachnophobia, the Martin Scorsese remake of Cape Fear, and the video game adaptation Doom. So for starters, fans want to know what's up with Freddy. Horror fans will be pleased to finally know that the Platinum Dunes Freddy is a child molester the way Wes Craven originally intended Freddy to be. But more on that in just a minute. In the reboot, Freddy is no longer a janitor who kills 20 children and gets off on a technicality. Also gone is the comic sardonic wit that Robert Englund brought to the role. In fact, Freddy doesn't even speak that much in the script. There is room though for the right actor to come aboard, improvise, and make the role of Freddy all his own. Freddy's fedora hat, grimy sweater, and of course his clawed glove make a triumphant return. In the reboot, Freddy is a straight-up scary bastard, an active villain whose motive is revenge. As the original only alluded to Freddy's backstory in the form of exposition from Nancy's mother, this reboot shows Freddy's backstory through clever use of flashbacks and nightmare sequences. The way Freddy's backstory is structured and presented to us is one of the script's strongest points. While we won't delve into heavy spoilers, the story takes place in the present day. The Platinum Dunes Freddy back in the 1990s was a gardener and a caretaker of Stillman Preschool in the town of Springwood. Freddy was a handsome man who got along rather well with the children. The children were also fond of Freddy and loved to play games of tag with him. Something happens though, and soon enough Freddy is a victim of a lynch mob of Molotov cocktail tossing parents. 13 years later, Freddy is after the children that ratted him out in their dreams, who are now all 18 years old. The 5 teenage leads are the cute girl next door, Chris, who is reminiscent of the original's Tina. Chris's boyfriend and the member of the swim team, Jesse, who is reminiscent of the original's Rod Lane. Of course, our heroine, antisocial goth chick, Nancy Thompson. Quentin, a podcaster and host of Insomnia Radio, who is also Nancy's love interest and is reminiscent of the original's Glenn, which also happened to be Johnny Depp's first role. The 5th lead is the clean and preppy Dean, which is Freddy's first victim. In the film's opening, Dean is having a party at his place where we meet our lead's playing guitar hero. Dean's horrific murder at the invisible clawed hands of Freddy is the inciting incident which sets the story in motion. Now, is Freddy a child molester? The film does set up an interesting premise. Could Freddy be out for revenge because he was a victim of children's lies? Was Freddy a child molester, or did the children lie to cover up parental abuse? That's the film's central question and the mystery that both Nancy and Quentin try to solve as they piece together the clues, because it gives Freddy a reason to be super pissed and out for revenge. Make no mistake, Nightmare on Elm Street is first and foremost a horror film, and trust us when we tell you that the killings are gruesome and gory. We also recognize certain homages to the original film. For example, there is in the script the infamous scene where Freddy's gloved hand comes out of the water while Nancy relaxes in the bathtub. And what about Robert Englund's supposed cameo? Last year, he told Bloody Disgusting that he wouldn't mind making a cameo as a dream psychiatrist. In the script though, we suspect that Robert Englund's cameo might be for the minor role of Dr. James Britt, a therapist who is part of Springwood High School's mental wellness program. That's all for now. Until the next episode, we hope you've enjoyed Latino Review's first look at A Nightmare on Elm Street.